To what extent the nature of dreams influences one's inner life depends upon the receptiveness of the individual to act upon internal prompts. Although the subconscious mind plants numerous seeds, without conscious acknowledgement an individual can't act upon these subtle prompts. Since the mind's eye is the origin of the creative impulse, without a conscious acknowledgement of the mind's inner workings, one lacks the ability to consciously shape subconscious thought in a constructive manner. This sense of disconnection between the subconscious and conscious mind only contributes towards a sense of disharmony. While the conscious mind retains the primary focus with regards to endeavors of the daylight hours, the deliberate neglect of the subconscious contributes to a form of division. The directed focus of the conscious mind being the preferred choice in circumstances requiring physical action. Considering the demanding nature of existence, willful neglect contributes to a suppression of the subconscious. Though neglect, by its very nature, remains the primary reason for internal conflict. While the material world requires action in order to sustain vitality, an individual's choice to focus upon activities where the unfiltered output of the subconscious, regardless of the form it happens to manifest, provides a healthy form of release for the mind's inner workings. For the conscious mind acts much like a filter undermining the contents of the subconscious. Though the act of leading the subconscious astray at every turn, results in a partial existence. Since the creative aspect of one's humanity is relegated to obsolescence. Given the degree to which the average individual is expected to conform to beliefs that deny the core aspect of their humanity, is it any wonder that we see frays in the social fabric starting to appear? Unless a genuine desire for the authentic aspects of human nature find expression in one form or another, we as a collective society will continue to see a trend towards the unraveling of the social fabric. As a society that openly embraces the trappings of material culture, will inevitably have cracks in its foundations. Since the attainment of material wealth contributes to the demise of individual liberty in order to sustain corporate and government entities. While material wealth subdues the craving for comfort and security, it can't subdue the natural yearning for a deeper sense of purpose and connection. Since purpose stimulates the primary reason to exist. A life devoid of a primary purpose, regardless of an individual's aspirations, limits the extent to which one strives towards ideals that challenge the establishment's views regarding purpose and cohesion. While social cohesion is crucial to maintaining an acceptable standard of living, the same collective ideology reduces an individual to nothing more than a cog in the greater wheel. In order to live a life independent of the collective mindset involves a degree of detachment and a genuine desire to pursue ideas outside of conventional beliefs. While conventional beliefs are by no means corrupt, the attachment to ideology that limits an individual's potential for growth by default reduces the intellect to nothing more than a simplistic tool utilized for no other purpose than generating material wealth. Therefore, resistance to ideas that challenge the antiquated model of social cohesion are usually met with mockery and contempt. Unless an individual of their own accord decides to venture beyond the boundaries of society's limited beliefs, the potential for substantial growth will continue to remain beyond reach. While the material needs of the individual have all been met, the struggle to align one's thoughts with something meaningful will continue to remain elusive. For the natural expansion of thought forms requires a degree of separation from the rigid structures associated with the pursuit of material means. As the creative impulse struggles to convey authentic forms of expression given the limitations imposed by the conscious mind. To avoid subconscious contamination, an individual requires a degree of awareness regarding the negative influences of the conscious mind. The absence of such an awareness contributes to a state of conscious superiority over the subconscious mind. Given the natural tendency to lead with the conscious mind, the extent of its influence beyond the scope of daily tasks is greatly underestimated. In order to move beyond the fragmentary nature of perception, and to see the world for what it is, requires a degree of patience. To acknowledge the multitude of flaws in the interpretation of sensory information, this combined with an awareness of the limited sensory organs with which we perceive the world, much like a distorted reflection within a mirror. Once an individual reaches this realization, the path towards a deeper understanding of life's hidden truths will naturally occur.